What's going on? It's Justeeni here, and today we're looking at a Vengir mirror match. This was a game between me and Lil Step, also known as Dreamlander, and it was a very interesting game, so without further ado, let's get right into it. So we'll start by looking at the opening. Already pretty interesting opening. At first looks pretty normal, but you'll see what I mean. So I don't get hunting on turn 3, instead on turn 4 I get forestry. And the idea is I'm going to chop 4 forests and level up my capital. And these with a nice 6-star per turn. And I already have hunting and forestry, so I don't have to worry about tax, and I can spend more of my stars training units. It's a pretty interesting opening that I've been using for Vengir lately. But the opponent did not do that opening. But instead of showing you their perspective, I'm going to show you what I had to do, which was score counting. So here's their score. Let's look at their score on turn 0, turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, and turn 4. And you can see if you can figure out what opening they did. There will be like a replay in the description if you don't figure it out, but I would suggest you try. It's a really nice exercise. It can really help you improve at the game by learning how to score count like this. So yeah, but now, again, just going back to this. So we both have different openings, and it does make a big difference. We end up with very different playstyles in this game, and you'll kind of see that later. We actually get a very early meet, and they have 2 swords already right here, and their warrior. They just took out my warrior, and I'm already in trouble. This city is in a lot of danger. So what I do is with the meeting stars, and I chop a forest so I get riding, and I move this sword to a really bad square. If we go back, here's what I should have done. After training the rider, let's see if I can get the replay just right. Yes, just like this. So after I trained the rider, what I should have done is I should have moved my sword either one of these squares or these squares. And I'll just highlight them again. This square or this square. These 2 squares are no good. And the reason why it's no good, you'll see in just a bit. So when my sword is here, they kill that sword. And then their 11 HP sword is here. And it's exerting its own of control, so these riders cannot help on siege. So this 8 HP sword that would have been taken out by these 2 riders now survives. And there's nothing I can do about it. This 8 HP, which he wisely hit first, will leave this at 1 HP. So I just barely can't unsiege, all from that one movement mistake. But I don't resign here. It's too early to call it. So I keep playing on. I chop the forest here, which is a nice perk of having forestry. Level up to get some eco. Get a warrior just for defense. And then this turn is very, very crucial. I get a resource ruins, and things are looking pretty bad. He's up a lot in score, and he's got quite a few units. He's got some cities in the fog that I can't really see. But this resource ruins is critical. And right afterwards, I came up with a plan, and I'll see if you can figure out my idea here. It's not just like a one turn or even 2 turn plan. It's actually not going to come into effect for quite a few turns, but I'll see if you can figure out what I'm trying to do here. Maybe you can drop it in the comments if you want. But yeah, right here, I have a plan. And the next few turns, you'll see that plan come into action. So first, I train a sword on my capital to defend. I find a village, which is nice. So I'm just able to hang on. I train another sword. And then I get climbing and mining before capturing this. And you can see I have 3 mines here. And before I got climbing, I already knew that I had 3 mines here. Because Vengir has a 100% metal rate in borders. So I basically knew all these mountains here, these are all mines. And all these mines, let's use green for this, they each give 2 population. And then if I get a forge, that's another 6. And from there, let's use pink for this. If I place my monument, that's 2 giants. Because that's 15 population on this currently level 2 city, which would need 9 more population to get to level 5, and then 6 more to get to level 6, which is 15 population. So that was the idea in my head from turn 8. I see all this population here, and if I can get those giants, I'm back in this game. So all the way from here, I recognized I needed to get mining, and I leave myself with just enough stars on turn 11. And critically so, you can see they've got a lot of units, and they're pressuring my capital quite a bit. But I'm able to get these giants going just in the nick of time. You can see level 5, and I get my Park of Fortune for that last bit of population. And just like that, it's not quite over yet. I still need to play well, because now he's got 3 swords right next to my capital, and both my giants aren't close enough to deal with it. And if he can land a siege on my capital, there's no way I'm unsieging. So I have to play careful still. So first I just level up my capital, but I can't really get a wall because swords do not fortify, so I just get resources. And then I make a very specific play. I move this sword up and I keep this rider here without attacking. If I don't keep either of these units here, they siege, and I lose. So this is a very important play, because even with these giants, I can still lose. So I have to block this sword. But now, even with all this pressure, I'm kind of in the clear now. They don't have enough pressure to take that city. I get a useless ruin, but that's fine. At this point, these giants are quite strong, though it's still not quite over yet, because even with these giants, the opponents kind of had free reign over the rest of the map. So I decide to get an explorer using the Gate of Power that I just happened to get. But then I see all these unoccupied villages, and then from there I kind of realize, and when looking at score, things are looking really good for me. I just need to take the city over here, and the game's pretty much in the bag. So you can kind of see the rest of the game is kind of just converting the win. Not really a whole lot going on. They do get archers, which seems scary at first, but it's just not enough. The city's going down. I've got 3 giants on the map. Their cities are really low level. I've got a ton of eco, so I'm about to get roads, as you'll see. And from here, it's just cleanup. I siege this last city. And on the next turn, they resign. But yeah, again, most important turn that game, all the way back here on turn 8. This 1 ruins was extremely important. If I wasn't thinking about that giant, then I probably would have had no chance of winning this game. So always remember, especially after you get a ruins, try and have a long-term plan. Because with all these stars, there's a lot of different ways I could spend them. but a lot of those ways don't work. And even though it kind of looks like I have my back against the wall here, with some proper planning, I can get out of that situation. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the game, and see you later.